Mendel's first experiment, the monohybrid cross. As Mendel used pea plants that bred only by self-pollination, he observed that tall plants bred only tall plants. So let's have a look at some of the crosses. Tall plant. Mendel took a tall pea plant and allowed it to reproduce through self-pollination. The progeny included only tall plants. Similarly, when this experiment was repeated on dwarf plants, results showed the dwarf plants also bred dwarf plants. These two were the examples of pure line breeding. So, Gregor Mendel crossed a tall plant with a dwarf plant and calculated the amount of tallness and shortness in subsequent generations. Tall plant, dwarf plant. The two plants with contrasting traits were allowed to reproduce. The progeny of the parental plants included only tall plants. This meant that only one of the parental traits was seen and not a mixture of the two. When an F1 plant was allowed to self-pollinate, both tall and dwarf plants appeared in the F2 generation. So, the next step was to self-pollinate a tall plant from F1 generation. However, this time the results were not the same. All plants were not tall. In fact, a quarter of them were short. So, the phenotypic ratio was found to be 3:1. This indicates that both tallness and dwarfness were inherited by the F1 plants, but only tallness trait was expressed. Dwarfness remained masked. The first experiment of Mendel considering the inheritance of a single trait is known as monohybrid cross. On the basis of this, he formulated the law of dominance, which states the recessive trait is always masked by the dominant trait or the expressive trait.